Today we're starting off by digging outside the foundation for our electrical service feeders to enter the building from underground. And then we'll be working inside the concrete forms to start laying out all our below slab conduit. I found this process of digging with the backhoe to be fairly therapeutic, and I love any excuse to just dig something up. It could become a problem. I feel the same way about chainsaws, and don't get me wrong, I do love having trees, but it's awfully enjoyable to drop them as well. The cleanup process, not so much. Anyway, I wasn't aware of any rules specifically about where to bring the power into the building, but I thought it best to stay away from where the 8x8 posts would sit on the footings. So we're just coming up near the back corner of the building between two posts. We have some rain in the forecast, so this should be good enough for the placement of the concrete, and we can dig to the meter base later. So as far as the plumbing, we're still waiting on our new red test plugs to arrive before we call in the actual below slab plumbing inspection. And yeah, it did rain some last night. Now that we have the hole dug for power to enter into the building, we can work in all the below slab conduit. The power is protected by 2-inch conduit that lands at the first interior panel, and the rest is mostly 1-inch conduit that runs to each bay wall around the perimeter of the building. Making sure to include a pull string as we go, the jet line. We're also running 2-inch conduit from the first panel, which is our main panel inside the building, to a second sub-panel in the kitchen area. We just need to pull back this blue tarp and start digging small conduit trenches everywhere.
There'll just be one inch that comes up on this wall. The other one there will bend to this wall. And I'm putting this conduit in with about 2 inches of cover between it and the concrete. Technically under a slab, I don't think you have to have any cover. But I think it's probably a good idea to have a couple inches. Everything moves. There's the lady coming to help.
So each day we're doing our best to make progress and keep pushing forward. It's not always easy, especially when life is so busy working full-time and raising kids. It does help to take note of how far we've come along the way and be thankful for the fact that everyone is still healthy and able to work.
Check the measurements, I feel like I'm digging deeper.
I'm thinking our kids will gain a lot from this whole experience. At least I hope they do. At the very least, they should learn that it's okay to try stuff and not give up so easily. Better to try your best and fail than living with regret. And of course, hard work has its own reward. I mean, I've lost about 10.5 pounds so far.
Kind of a cool but muggy day.
So we made some progress yesterday, just picking up where we left off, digging these trenches and heat bending the conduit to follow the path to each destination. We're planning to have a couple sub panels on this wall just inside the building. And then running out to the sub panel in the kitchen area, which really covers the other half of the building, both bathrooms, water heater, washer dryer, and so on. And we're still waiting on a weather forecast with no rain for our first and final below slab plumbing inspection. There's the heat gun we're using to bend the conduit. It's like a heavy-duty hairdryer. So by running our electrical under the slab, it should make it easier to run wire around the building. A lot more conduit remains, and our work site's a little messy, but it's getting done slowly but surely. Our youngest daughter is hauling heavy buckets of sand for backfilling the conduit. It's like a free gym membership. So again, these are the 1-inch conduits that run back to our first electrical panel inside the building. And from there we have a 2-inch conduit that runs to the kitchen sub-panel, as well as a couple 1-inch conduits in the same trench that will bend out to their corresponding bay walls. The 2-inch conduit stubs up here inside this interior wall, which is on the other side of the first bathroom, our 3/4 bathroom. Additional 1-inch conduits run out of the kitchen sub-panel to their individual bay walls. We now have all our red test plugs, so we should be ready for the plumbing inspection. Just trying to finish up the below slab conduit first. We have to be very careful as to where we run all these utilities, especially when running anywhere near the interior footings for the 8x8 posts. Anyway, now we need to bend a lot more conduit, starting with the 2-inch conduits for getting the underground power into the building.